I am mixing it up a little bit today. Minimal makeup, of course I have lipstick on, funky hairdo, I have Bosley by my side, and my weights are handy because today I am doing my very first exercise video. You know, I've always considered myself to be in fairly good shape, lifelong daily walker, and I usually do hit my 10,000 steps and years of yoga. However, I did have a wake-up call a few months ago when, at age 66, my Dexascan showed osteopenia, and I have noticed a gradual loss of strength. And with 70 feeling like it's right around the corner, I want to do everything I can to stay as strong and as healthy as long as possible. So I went deep down the research rabbit hole, and everybody is talking about the importance of lifting weights. Heavy weights, especially as we grow older. Weightlifting seems to be a huge factor, not only in bone density, overall strength, muscle mass, and even cognition. So today I am going to show you the weightlifting exercises that I have been doing for about a month or so. I'm keeping it really simple. 5 lower body exercises and 5 upper body exercises. Now, to be clear, I am not a personal trainer and I am not advising you on what to do. I am just sharing what has been feeling really, really good for me. I already feel stronger and I'm about to purchase even heavier weights. I will link some resources in the description box below so you can do your own research, and it is always a good idea to consult a professional. I like to start with the lower body first because those big muscles warm the entire body up. I'm going to start with sumo squats using a 12-pound weight. Now, when I first started, I didn't use any weight, and then I gradually built up to 12 pounds. So for the sumo squats, legs are wide, toes out at about a 45-degree angle, core strong, back straight, shoulders back. Hold the weight close and slowly lower. And then raise up as you exhale. Inhale as you lower, and then pushing from your heels and your inner thighs and your glutes up. Let me show you what this looks like from the side. Again, legs wide, feet 45-degree angle, and as I bend, you don't want to bend forward like this. Core strong, back straight, shoulders back and down. And then as you lower, the knees go over the feet. And squeezing the glutes at the top. Now I do 10 reps, and when you find it a little bit too easy, that's when you go up in weight. But it's a really good idea to get your form down before you up your weight. Now I've lost count. One more for good measure. And again, as I go up, I'm pushing from the heels, inner thighs, and squeezing the glutes at top. Now often you will see people take a rest break and then repeat each set 3 times. But especially for the lower body, I like to move on to the next exercise, go through, because I'm working slightly different muscles, so I don't need to take as much of a rest break. And at the end of the 5 different exercises, I will repeat the circuit. So eventually, I will go through the circuit 3 times, so that will be 3 sets each exercise. Next up is the deadlift row. Now this is a compound exercise, so it targets both the lower body and the upper body. Again, I'm using my 12-pound weights, and I'm going to show you this one from the side. Feet about shoulder width apart, core strong, back straight, shoulders back. Pretty much for every exercise, you want your core strong and your shoulders back and down. Anyway, with the weights in front, I'm going to lean forward with legs straight until I feel sort of the pull at the back of my hamstrings. Then I'm going to do a row by lifting the arms up and back, and then straighten out from the heels. That's 1 rep. So inhale down. Now it looks easy, but you really do feel it in your quads, butt, back, and of course, your upper body. Squeezing the shoulders and lifting from the heels and the butt. Squeezing the butt at top, the glutes, I should say. Now this one, form is important, so I'm still working on my form, so if I'm not doing it perfectly, don't come at me. I'll do 2 more for good measure, because once again, I have lost count. But I am definitely feeling it. Okay, so that is deadlift with row, and that is actually one of the exercises that Claudia showed me. Exercise number 3 is deceptively simple looking, but it's really effective, and it is calf raises. And again, I am using my 12-pound weights. Again, core strong, back straight, shoulders back and down. And all you do is raise up on your toes and down, and just keep repeating this. Sometimes I'll do some pulses on the top for a little extra intensity. Let me show you from the side. Just tippy toes and down, tippy toes and down. And sometimes I will land hard on my heels, which, you know, is supposed to stimulate bone growth. Now, you can do it on flat ground like I'm doing. Sometimes I like to do it in the stairwell of my apartment building. I will put my toes on the step, raise up, and when I lower, my heels go below the level of my toes for even more intensity. Now, with this one, I don't necessarily count because 10 reps isn't enough. I just keep going until I feel it in my calves, in my thighs and hamstrings, and my glutes. And I am starting to feel it now. You know, they say that the calf muscles are actually your second heart. So when you do this exercise, squeezing the calf muscles helps the blood circulate out of the extremities and back to the heart. So it's really, really good for circulation, and it can even help reduce ankle swelling. I do these just whenever I can think about it, whether I have weights or not. So that is exercise number 3, calf raises. Exercise number 4 are back lunges with bicep curls. For this one, I'm going to go down to a 10-pound weight. And this is another compound exercise. And I'm going to show you this from the side. So again, core engaged, back straight, shoulders down and back. And what I do here is step back. And when I lower down, I want to make sure my knee is over my ankle, and adjust your leg as necessary. You don't want your knee forward over your foot. That can put a real strain on your knee. So when you're in the lunge, make sure your knee is over the ankle, lower down, bicep curl, And then going back to standing by pushing from the heel. It's not an easy exercise. And then switch sides. Step back, getting your stance. Go down, keeping the knee over the ankle, bicep curl, push from the heel. My gosh, I feel this literally everywhere. Thighs, quads, glutes, hamstrings. And take it slow. You do not want to injure yourself. But always remember, push up from the heel. You'll really feel it in your glute. And I'm really careful with my stance, so I make sure my knee is over my ankle. Ten times each side. You know, I was really afraid of this exercise because I feel like my knees are a little on the weak side. But that's one of the reasons this exercise is good for the knees if you use the correct form, because it strengthens the muscles around the knees. Also, excellent for balance, stability, and of course, the biceps. And once again, I have completely lost count, but you get the idea. And the last of the lower body exercises is the sit to stand shoulder press, another compound movement. You know, I heard about this from Sally Atkinson. She actually did a whole video on this one exercise. I will link her video below. Anyway, like I said, it is a fantastic all-around exercise that targets pretty much the entire body, including the core and strength and balance. Pretty simple. I am going to use 10-pound weights, and I'm going to show you from the side. Once again, stand up straight, core strong, shoulders up and back, and I'm going to hold my weights on my shoulders with my elbows tucked in. And feet are hip length apart, and I'm just going to lean back, touch down, push up from the heels, and press up. Lean back, touch down, press up from the heels, and press up. You will feel this everywhere. Now, if you have weak shoulders or shoulder issues, Sally did show an alternative, and that is holding the weights on the lap. Same thing, stand up, and then just sort of a lateral raise. Sit, push up, lateral raise, not going above the shoulders. That can put a strain on your shoulders. And this one is just as good, but a little bit easier on the shoulders. Once again, I've lost count, so I'll finish up a couple here. Shoulders back and down, elbows tucked in. And again, remember to breathe. Exhale as you exert. One more for good measure. Okay, I'm not sure if that was quite 10, but it feels like 10. Now again, you can do this without weights, you can use light weights, but we have now gone through the 5 lower body exercises, including 3 compound exercises, which targets both the lower and the upper body. And those 5 exercises are the sumo squat, deadlift with row, calf raises, one of my favorites, lunges with bicep curl, and my favorite, the sit to stand with, pushes. I am definitely feeling it. One of the reasons, I don't know if I already said this, but that sit to stand is so important to help us maintain our ability to get up and out of the chair independently as we grow older. Incredibly important. Anyway, now I am going to take a little rest break, and then I will do the 5 exercises, each circuit 2 more times for a total of 3 circuits. And the entire 3 circuits takes about 15 minutes. And here's a little tip. When I'm taking a rest break, I like to balance on one foot and just sort of relax into it. Really good for our balance, which again, so incredibly important as we are growing older. Now, originally I had planned to share both the lower body and the upper body exercises, but I feel like this video is getting a little bit on the long side, so I'm going to stop here. But if you enjoyed the video and would like to see my upper body exercises or any other videos like this one, please let me know in the comment box. And please share your favorite exercises so we can all inspire each other. And I do want to wish you a happy Mother's Day. I know Mother's Day can be a really difficult day for so many of us for a variety of reasons. So it's a really good day to take extra good care of yourself.